Hello and welcome. Today I will show you a form that I've recently thought of, and although this form is rather short and more basic, it's really good for you if you've just started out with training martial arts, or like when you've watched other videos of my channel, if you've just started to train in general. And even if not, maybe there are some techniques that you haven't seen yet, and I hope that you can take something out of this form. And yeah, so but before I want to show you the form, and I will explain also what the techniques are supposed to be for. So of course a punch is a punch, but if there are techniques that are like a bit more, I will always give an explanation for this technique. But before that, I still want to answer the question why we should even train forms. And so we should train forms, even though they are of course not the same as partner exercises or sparring. So they don't have like the character of real fighting. It's still like kind of choreo, or like a set in stone fight against an invisible opponent, and these forms can teach us techniques that we haven't seen or done before, and they help us to engrave a certain movement into our body, even though it can be a bit different in real fighting or with a partner. We still need the basic of this movement, and forms are really helpful to do this. And they also help us to improve our stamina, especially when they are longer, and they also help to improve our coordination, and depending on the form, our flexibility and our balance and our strength, and so on and so on. So they can be really helpful for a lot of things. That's why I think we should train forms as well. And yeah, now before I will teach you the form, like step by step, I will show you the whole form in one go, but also step by step, meaning that I will like make each step very clear, and not that I will, for example, in the beginning you will see, but we can also do the forms faster, and but I won't show you this now, but later on. For example, in the beginning, if I would do it faster, it could look something like this, but now I will just, as you will see, do it step by step and more slowly. Alright, so let's get to the step-by-step explanation. So, in the beginning, you would stand straight, everything like one straight line, hands, legs together. And then something that I've kept from Shaolin Kung Fu, from my Shaolin Kung Fu training, was where we would step with the left foot forward, then follow up with the right foot, and do a greeting. So this greeting works like this hand is straight and open palm. The right hand is a fist that we'll place like this, and so we would greet. The important thing is that we keep our thumb like this and not sticking out like this, because if we would do it like this, we would show towards us, and it's practically the meaning, yeah, I'm the best, and well, that's not really the thing that we want to tell other people. So we do our greetings, then left foot steps back, right foot steps back, and we are back again to here. Then for the next step, we go with our left foot to the side, so that our legs are like shoulder width apart from each other. And in the same time, we pick up our hands, make them to fists, bring them up to our waist like this, and practically with our elbow punch behind us. So this technique is for if somebody hugs you from behind like this, and then like just imagine a person standing behind me. If I do the step to the side and like this, I would ram my elbow into their stomach, so I could break free from their hug. So again, from here, left foot to the side, pick up the arms, and in the same time we shift our head to the left side as well, like this. So we stand this way. And of course, because like with all other techniques that we train, we want to do it fast and powerful. So stand here and do this. Okay, great. So now that we are standing here, now I will be facing this way. Just stand the same way. I'm just doing it so you can see it from multiple points of views. When we stand here, then our left hand moves this way, and we would grab there, pull the left fist back again to our waist, while the right hand has a movement like this, and our right foot steps in front, so that we practically turned 180 degrees. So the meaning for this technique is somebody punches, or as in another way, one arm in front. We grab the arm, and if like you can imagine, if somebody now would have punched me, that is standing in front of me, with the left hand, then the elbow would be this, would be facing in this direction. And now I pull their arm straight while I pull it down here, and with my right arm I would either put pressure on the arm so that I can, for example, pull them more down, or I could even go further and break their arm. So that's the point of this technique. And from standing this way now, we turn and we grab, we go with the right arm and turn, and then we face entirely to the front. So then from here we would keep our arm in front of our body, so it's elbow is practically more or less in the middle of our body, and then we just go in the mabu. That's, for this step it's everything, but you can imagine it if our hand wouldn't be here beforehand, we can do a movement like this. And that's, if something is attacking my stomach, I would block here and protect myself like this. So now, if I'm facing this way, I would just go down in the mabu. And from here again, down. So now that we're in this position, again I am facing now in a different direction than we would be if we make the form correctly. But this is because I want you to see what I am doing. We would bring our left open palm to our fist and strike with our elbow while shifting from the mabu into a gongbu with the weight on the right leg. So from here, like this. And again, fast and powerful. So if we're now in the direction that the form would normally go, here to here. And now from this gongbu, we would try to keep the same height and do with the left leg a step into a mabu, while our left hand goes for a block from the side. So this movement is more or less the same that we did before. That can also be a block when we like broke the arm of our opponent, or just put pressure on them so we can keep pulling in downwards. And the movement is practically the same. So from here, mabu. Then it's just while we put our left hand back to the waist, to the hip, right hand punches, left hand punches, just directly to the front. Again from here, right hand punches, left hand punches. Then our left hand moves down to the side here for a block that, for example, against a kick that would come from this side, and we would look at our palm, our left hand. Then we shift into a gongbu. Left hand goes back to the hip, right hand punches to the front in a gongbu. After this punch, we would stand up on our left leg, right hand goes back to the hip, left hand in front, like with the training kicks that I've shown you in another video, and then we would do a snap kick on our left hand, and instead of bringing our foot back down here, we would put the right foot in front while turning our hip 90 degrees to the left, so we can now go into a mabu again, and then our right hand punches like this, while our left hand moves up for a block over our head. So again, when I'm facing another direction, the punch, stand up for a kick, and then turn in the mabu and punch. And here you can see block for attack from up. But it's important that we are firm here and not relaxed. Like if we are relaxed and there would be a punch, we would just hit ourselves. So keep the arm straight, strong, and protect yourself. And now from this block and punch here, we would bring our hands in front of our body like this. So again, I'll show you from another direction, from here to here. So this again is a block to protect my upper body, my stomach and so on, against a kick or a strike. So this, we shift again in the gongbu, weight on the right leg, and left hand punches forward, right hand 90 degrees to the side, like this. And here again, we shift like this. And from another direction, here to here. And again, fast and strong. So, when we are here, we then open our left hand, again, grab a punch from our opponent, pull the arm or the hand from our opponent back to our hip, and now we would strike from open down like this on their arm. Now, from this direction, it would look like this. And so you can see more from here. And we are back again into a mabu. After this mabu, again back into the gongbu, same direction as before. And then our right hand from here moves to the front, protects our head again against the attack from above, and our left hand punches to the front. So again, so you can see from the other direction, so you can see better. Here, so here. And now that we are facing this way, we again stand up on our right foot and keep our hands at our hip and kick with the left foot to the front. Turn our hip 90 degrees to the right. Bring our left hand here to our chest, facing this way. Go into a pubu and push with our left hand. Then we turn our left hand again as if we would grab something, but keep our hand open. Move it up our left leg from the pubu, shift into a gongbu, and then, so while we do this, we push with the left hand to our knee here, and with the right hand up here. So you can just imagine this. We have done our kick here, turn, pubu, and this push here is a push or a strike against our opponent's knee. Then we turn into the gongbu and push their body away from us. So from this position now, we would bring our right foot to our left foot, but with the right foot we would only stand on our toes and the ball of our foot, and we would try again to keep the same height, stay low. Right hand goes to the hip, left hand goes to the side of our face to guide a punch that would go directly to our face, to our side, so we can block this punch like this. And so in farce, or like all movements together in one, would look like this. After this, we would shift our weight onto the right leg. Now I keep myself up with the right leg, turn my hip 90 degrees, go into a mabu, facing with my eyes to the left, right hand again up, protect against the attack from above, and our left hand goes here for a block down there. From the other side, we are here, shift our weight to the right leg, turn, mabu, right hand goes up, left hand goes down below, and we keep our view to the left. Now that we are standing here, we would bring our weight into the right leg, pick up our left foot and bring it behind the knee of our right leg, and after our hands were here, we bring our right hand down to our chest, face with an open palm, facing this way, and our left hand the same, but more forward. So practically our hands are in one line, but the left hand is in front. So the purpose of this in like a real combat situation would be, we are standing here, we retract our left foot to evade a sweep, and in the same time we would go for a strike with our fingers in the open hand, for example against the throat, or we could just have our hands here for if they punch, that we could just do an easy block. After we have done this one, we would then move our left hand down for a block, where we bring our left foot back into the ground and strike like this with our right hand. So as you've seen, like for straight punches, we can punch with our fist facing like this, but also like this, and that's what we are doing now. From here on out, we bring our left hand up here. You can imagine this as a movement for a block as well. Our right hand goes to our hip as a fist, and now we do an inside kick here and shift our hip to this side. Our hand stays up here until we then go down into Mabu with our hands back here in front of our body. And now this time really, as I've told you before, we bring our hands from up here down for a block, protect our upper body, or also if, for example, our opponent is somehow standing like this in front of us, we would strike with our elbows on them. And from here we would shift again into Gongbu. Left hand strikes in front, right hand 90 degrees to the side, just as we did it before. And from here we would shift like this our weight on our left leg, and in the same time look for a short moment to the left while we have our right hand up here and the left to the side. Then move the right hand here downwards for a block, and the left hand is getting picked up here as well to protect our side here. And then we will look to the right with a low position. Then our right hand from here moves like this, again for a grab, while we have our right foot now in front, yes. Then we would pull our left foot, so we would stand a bit higher, and once again block from the side, or with the grab we did before, we can guide our opponent's body or could break their arm. Again, the arm and the fist is more or less in the middle of our upper body. Here, our left hand moves down our leg to protect like our the sensitive parts of our body against the kick with the left hand, and the right hand goes up here for a block while we kick with the left foot. Then we would, while we keep our knee up, turn like this our foot and stomp on the ground, like a real stomp. Just imagine there is the foot of your opponent and you really want to stomp on there. And with the right foot we stomp as we go into the mabu as well. So from here we kicked, stomp, stomp, right hand goes in for a block. Then we would shift into a gongbu. Again, block against an attack from above, punch to the front. From the punch here, we once again shift our weight to the leg, pretty much similar to before, but instead of this movement, we would now bring our hands like this, protect our upper body and be prepared for something. And then right hand goes in for a block downwards while the left hand goes up. We can imagine this to be a strike like this, for example against the chin of our opponent, but this stance is more artistic than it has a real value in combat. From here we then would do a 180 degrees jump. While we grab once again the arm of our opponent. This. And now from the other side, so you can see better what I would do with my hands. Here, grab, bah. And it's from the hand movements, again, it's grab, we strike from above with our elbow on their arm. So here, one. From here, we punch with the right hand, like this. Our left hand is at our hip. We have a short time in the gongbu. Turn back into a mabu. Left hand strikes now, while our right hand is pulled back like this, like ready for another attack. Or you can also imagine this to be a strike with our elbow to the other direction. Once again, from the other side, we are facing here, punch one, punch two, and all the time we keep our face and like we look to the left. After we have done those punches, we turn our hip to the front, bring our right foot to the left foot, keeping low stance. Our right hand moves in like this. For example, just our opponent is attacking and we block a punch like this and guide their attack and their force to our side. Like this, and our left hand here can support our right hand or is ready for a block down here as well. Then we turn 90 degrees to the left, bring our right hand up to the sky, left hand is down here, and then we would pull up our right leg a little bit so we can then do a short, not really a high jump, but like it's a little bit like this, and then we bring our right hand up here into a fist and our left hand together and clap on our left hand. So let everybody around you hear the sound. And stomp on the ground with both feet. Bah! Then for a low stance. So when we are here and we turn into this movement in like real life situation, if you are getting attacked, and again, if somebody hugged you, for example, now from the front, like the person standing this way and you are facing them face to face, and you, for example, brought one hand between your bodies, then you can, from a direct movement upwards, you can strike their chin and break free from their grip. And the important thing here is that you have brought before the hand between your bodies. Or it can also be like another situation where you can use this move is when you're, for example, standing like this, where your opponent is directly in front of you. You're more or less leaning with the elbow into them, or with the shoulder, I mean, and then you can do a straight strike to their chin. And so here the important thing for this movement is that you do not move to the front like this, but straight upwards. Like this is the only way this technique really functions, especially if, for example, with the hug, because the hug restricts your movement to the front, but not upwards. Like there's, of course, it's also a bit restricted, and it's not like you can just entirely relax do this movement, but there is like, this is like a weak point of what they do, that you can use for your advantage. Then from here, this is practically just strike from up to the down, and yeah, your left hand is just supporting you, and it's more or less for hardening our fist here, like the skin, and like so you can make everybody hear the sound and to prepare like your fist for real impact. And also, of course, your left palm, but again, it's more artistic. And then from here, we move to the left with our foot, our hands open, we breathe in, make ourselves big, breathe out, bring our foot together, our feet, step to the front with our left foot, then with our right foot, do a greeting, left foot behind, right foot behind, and then we are done. So this is the entire form, and now it's just to practice it. Especially in the beginning, you should practice it one by one, like step by step. Like take the first, for example, 5 or 8 moves, and just do them again and again and again, and repeat until they are really engraved into your mind, into your body, and that you don't really have to think about the next movement. And of course, when we all do these moves, always use your full power. Like if we just, for example, in the beginning, we form here, here, ba, ba. There's no use in training like this. So you won't improve, and it's just an entire waste of time. That's why, if you're not up to it yet, and just stay with short part of moves, and then train from there. That you do each and every move with a lot of power. sa, and sa, 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 sa. So only like this. Power, always. Alright, and especially in the beginning, first train each step, each move, step by step. And don't try to be hasty or fast. Like, of course, fast in a movement, like here in the first movement, fast and powerful, but not fast in being too hectic in so that it gets too unclean. Later on, if you have some practice and experience with this form, you can actually like make the form more smooth, meaning that like each step flows into the next one. So in the beginning, for example, we start here, and then instead of doing this technique and then going down in the mabu, we can combine this movement, and then from this mabu go here in the gombu. We can combine this movement. We go here and then here. Can do it, can make it in one move. So we have a more fluent movement. And this also goes, of course, for other parts. So if we are here, that we don't do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but instead you can do it like this. And like you will feel yourself where you can do this combination of movements, but don't try to connect everything. So in forms like from Shaolin, but like in general, there are always short breaks, like parts where you take like a moment where you can do 1, 2, you can take 1, 2 breaths, so you don't overpower yourself and get exhausted and lose too much strength in your form, and also as like a short moment we can refocus. Alright, I hope you could learn something from this one, and I have to keep it short now because it's starting to get really wet here. It's starting to rain, and yeah, I hope you have a good training. Until next time, goodbye.